Hey folks, I want to take a minute today to talk about something that, hasn't been discussed in the last few weeks with all our recent events and the freeze and stuff like that. And I did a video on this last year, back when we started doing videos, and in one of those videos we discussed, as you're wading, paying attention to the bottom, paying attention to the structure you were walking on and stuff like that. And I think this year it's going to be the most important thing to pay attention to. With this freeze event, what some people might not think about is our grasses. And from what I'm seeing out here this week, up in the Seadrift area, we've lost a substantial amount of grass, and that's gonna be a key factor, in our fishing as the year progresses. Obviously, we need those grasses to hold bait fish, which in turns hold predator fish. But it also gives the predator fish the ability to have some cover and stuff like that when they spawn and drop eggs. Now, from what I'm seeing out here this week, it's spotty right now. There are a few areas that we ran into today that, typically covered in grass that have nothing. And again, I think it's going to be a very important factor this year as we're fishing, and it's going to dictate, obviously, where we fish and where we concentrate on. But I would definitely get in the habit of marking or logging where you're seeing grass, where you're not seeing grass. Some of your old areas may not work this year. I know some of mine probably won't produce anything. And so here again, we're kind of forced to think outside the box and reassess our fishing strategies and come up with new game plans. That's part of what, I love. It's why I love doing this job. You're constantly having to think, constantly having to strategize and things of that nature. But, keep that in mind this year. And in my opinion, and in talking to several other guides, that have been in it a lot longer than I have, it could be an instance where it takes 2 to 3 years for some of this grass to recover. Now don't get me wrong, we still have plenty of places to fish, plenty of areas to walk down and catch fish on and stuff like that. But it's from just the day-to-day operations that these areas are going to change, and our game plan, your game plan, is going to have to change. So just like I said, log that in your book or jot it down, mark it on your GPS or whatever. But remember that as one of the factors this year, and try to capitalize on that. I hope this tip helps. Y'all be safe this weekend. Looks like we got some pretty good weather, pretty nice weekend. But be kind to one another out there on the water, closing this spring breakout, and just be mindful of other anglers. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.